G'day, Chrissy here, Footprint Tarot. Rudy Giuliani. Let's check in on what's happening with him. He is another one, I think, who is on Epstein's defense team. At least I heard that on the news. If I'm wrong, please let me know. He's another one that I just feel overwhelming disappointment about. You know, when I did the reading on Lindsay Graham the other day, it was just so much potential for good, strong leadership, and gone to waste. So much potential for he could have been so much more than he's let himself become. And Rudy Giuliani, he was New York's mayor, and he was the one who took down so many crime families way back when he was Attorney General, or was he Attorney General, or whatever his office was, prosecutor. And real sadness to see that he's let himself, or that he's let others turn him into this blithering sideshow. For what? He's old. Maybe he felt like Trump gave him a chance to be in the mix again, to matter again. But, geez, really, Rudy, honestly, he retired on top, and perhaps he should have stayed there. But anyway, so we're going to have a look, do a check-in, do an overview of him, see what's happening. Let's have a look. What's at the bottom? This is the bottom of the deck for him. Loss. Let's see. The Hermit. He's feeling isolated. He's feeling very, very alone. And feeling like nobody really understands him. It's hard to understand how he's become what he has. So if he's feeling that way, well, imagine all the people who used to idolize him and look up to him. They do find it hard to understand what happened. I'll tell you what, if he was my grandpa, I'd be devastated. I'm sorry, I would be. And my grandfather, the one that I remembered, my other one died when I was a baby, he was not an easy man. That he was, for all his faults, he was pretty much an honourable man, and I would be devastated to see him turn into, well, he had cancer in the last few months of his life. It did make him a little bit crazy, and it was hard to see, him go from one thing to another. So, yeah. Anyway, what is the current influence on Rudy Giuliani? New investigations, new actions. What's over him? It just seems everyone in this time, it's Epstein's orbit at the moment. The Queen of Pentacles, that's generally regarded as Rebecca Mercer. She's resourceful and everything. I don't know how she'd be involved in this Epstein business, but there are rumours of it that she is. So maybe she's... Yeah, Rebecca Mercer's the first thing that popped in my mind when I saw that. Money, resources. That's what he's thinking about. in his near future, the lovers, something coming about partnerships or relationships with people coming out. What's underneath him? What doesn't he want to think about? He's going to have to defend himself, not other people, but himself. And he doesn't want to think about that. In his recent past. In his recent past, some secrets have come to light. It might not be well known, but it's well known where they need to be. This just sounds very much like Ken Stars, you know. So I'm going to do another layer, and and what's the next step for Rudy Giuliani? King of Swords. He's going to have to face up to an investigation. Yeah. So let's see what else we can find out. I'll do another layer in the same order. So why is he feeling like a hermit? Because some truths are going to come out. He's isolating himself, and he's feeling isolated because there's something is going to come out. Some truth is going to come out. How's that helping with the current? And the current influences, the new investigations, going to lead to it causing him a tower moment. Again, what's over his head, what he wants to think about. This is all he thinks about, is he's out in the cold, away from the influence and power of money. That's what he's thinking. He doesn't have that anymore. He doesn't have those ties anymore. I think she's turned her back on him, Rebecca Mercer, and she's left him out in the cold. In his near future, completion. The completion of a cycle. This is second, third person that these similar cards have come up for, and I use the same deck for Dershowitz and Star, but this is a completely different deck, and and it's something to do with the partnership. What he doesn't want to think about. He's getting confused and muddled. I don't think he really knows. I don't think he can really see his way and how he's going to defend himself. He just doesn't want to think about it. What's about these secrets in the recent past? It's about money. Something about money and the legacy. And again, it's a 10, so it indicates an end of a cycle. There's been 10s with these guys and everything. And the next step, the Emperor. Who's the Emperor here? Is it Trump, I wonder? That's the first thing that to mind. He's going to have to face scrutiny. He's going to have to face judgment. I wonder if this is Mueller. I know Mueller's testimony has been postponed for a week for very valid reasons, apparently. But I wonder if the next step is stuff's going to come out about Mueller's testimony about Trump, and it's going to involve Giuliani. Wow. Let's have a look and see if we can get a yes/no on that one. King of Pentacles is a yes. And again, often Trump comes up as the King of Pentacles. He comes up as quite often all four kings. Have you noticed that? Depending on the card, depending on the reason. I've seen him come up as the King of Wands for some people, not for me. For others, and sometimes for me, he's been the King of Swords because he is a air sign. He's a Gemini. Some people see him as the greedy king, the King of Pentacles, and that pops up for me sometimes. But the thing I most see him as, the king I most see him as, is the King of Cups, emotionally unstable and drunk on power. Has any of this, I'm going to ask a question again, has any of this got anything to do with Epstein? Yes or no? The star, yes. Wow. Is Rudy Giuliani going to face legal complications? Criminal legal complications? The hangman is a maybe. The emperor is a maybe. The lovers is a yes. Yeah, he's going to have to be facing up to some criminal things or charges. Legal jeopardy. I accidentally put 2 cards down on that one. About the King of Swords. About Trump. There might be some things coming out about Epstein, but yeah, oh dear. Rudy's not in for a good time either. Interesting, none of these guys are. None of these guys who are representing Dershowitz and Trump. And it seems like this little gang of guys who've gotten away with so much for so long, it's all coming to a head. And I suppose they often say like attracts like. A pile of dung attracts lots of flies. And there's a couple of big pile of dungs sitting there, and Trump and Epstein and all these guys have been buzzing around like flies for a long time, and one by one it seems like they're going to get squatted. Anyway, thank you very much. I'll see you at the next video.